Good morning, guys. It's your boy James, aka Six8Jay, coming to you on this Saturday. And you know what time it is. It's time to keep it 100. I got a special guest, my boy, my man Pots and Pan, Mr. Sly Fox is in the house. Before I get started, I always got to remind you guys, nothing I talk about should ever be considered or deemed financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just documenting my journey in the evolution of money. It's your boy James, aka, and who I see? My man Beekeeper69 looking at me. What's up, Beekeeper69? Welcome to the greatest way to start your day, my brother. Crypto Tropics in the house. Guys, we've got an incredible show. For those of you guys who don't know, we're going to be talking stocks and crypto. Before I get started, guys, let me go through a couple things real quick. As of right now, our market cap is still at $1.5 trillion. We got Bitcoin sitting at 26,000, flirting with that 26,000, trying to maintain, like the little engine that could, trying to stay with that 26,000 mark. That's keeping Ethereum right around that 1640 and some change. We got, BNB sitting at 216. We've got XRP at 52 cents. We'll see what happens with XRP right now. XRP is showing a little green. One of the only coins showing a little green. Not too much though, like 0.20. Good Lord. No, actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, almost 1% up for the week and about 1.55% for the last 24 hours. We got ADA right now at 26 cents. Dogecoin hanging out at 6 cents. Solana staying above that $20 just barely. We got Polkadot at 4.49. We got Matic at 54 cents. Litecoin 65.05. Shiba. We about to all get rich. I don't know. If you guys look right now, if that damn dog sneezes, it's gonna be 5 zeros and a 7. It's like barely hanging on to that 8 right now. Good Lord. We've got AVAX right now at 10.02. We got Stellar. Stellar is being really stellar right now. XLM. To be exact, is at 12 cents. Love the fact that it's still up above that, 9 that it was holding for so long. Chainlink is at 5.98, just flirting with that $6 mark. We've got Uniswap, hanging tough at 4.57. We got HBAR at 5 cents. I'm not going to go through everything, just kind of, talk about the mains. We've got 3.53 for ICP. We've got Filecoin at 3.25. We've got APT at 5.72. Crow, if you didn't know, is at 5 cents. We got Arbitrum at 94 cents. VChain, 1 cent. Near, let's make it clear, it's sitting at 119 right now. We got optimism. A lot of us got optimism about this market. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. My man Crypto Savvy One has been talking about a major retracement. Some people call it a healthy black swan. Some people call it a recession. Some people call it we got a jacked up president. You call it all those things above is all relevant. I don't know, man. I don't know if these markets are going to be able to hold up and maintain. We might have a bit of a dip. You know what happens if stocks dip? Bitcoin dip. And if Bitcoin dips, you know what I always say? When it dips, we dip. Just like that. Good Lord. We got GRT at 8 cents right now. We got Algo at 9 cents. XDC holding at 5 cents. That thing was at 3 for so long. To see it double up and just retrace a penny, hey, I can live with that. Sandbox is still 3 for $1. We got Stack It Up just like Tell Song. We play it every single day. It's at 46 cents. XTZ is the OG if you didn't know. It's at 68 cents. The coin formerly known as EGLD, not like Prince. It's called Multiverse X. It's at 25.05. We've got Theta, 63 cents. We got ING at 7.18. Mana is a strong 3 for $1, sitting at 30 cents right now. RNDR at 143. How can I pass it? Phantom, 20 cents. We've got, Flow, if you didn't know, at 44 cents. We're going to run through this real quick. Sue, I'm not even going to mention it. CSPR is at 3 cents. We've got Curve CRV at 45 cents. We've got Lunk. Oh my goodness, 4 zeros and a 6. We got Pepe. Pepe's going to make us rich. I don't know about that one. It's at 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5 or 6 zeros? I think that's 6 zeros, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 zeros and an 8. Good Lord. DYDX is at 209. We got Bone at 139. We got Woo. That's what we're going to be saying when XRP wins this damn case right out. Well, good morning, Lopaka K. What's up, my brother? We've got Flare. Don't you dare. It's at 1 cent right now. And Dash coming in at number 100 at 25.39. Guys, we got a special guest. I'm going to be bringing this gentleman right now. You guys have seen him before. He's done a lot in the crypto space as far as his investing, and even more has been putting his foot to the gas with stocks and have you. So we're going to bring in my man Sly Fox. Sly, you can go ahead and unmute yourself, brother, if you're there. Let's bring in Sly. You there, Sly? I think you got to unmute yourself, my man. Let me see. Unmute yourself. Let me see. Let me get you on the mute thing here. Ask to unmute.
What's going on? How you doing, man?
What's up, my brother? How you been?
Oh man, I can't be no better, bro. Everything is good, man. What about yourself?
Hey man, hanging in there, just making it happen. And I'm looking up and I see that trading background that's telling me, boy, you hot like some fresh pancakes on a Sunday morning, man. You out there doing big
Oh
things.
man, for real, that sound good right now too. Some fresh pancakes.
Hey man,
Yeah, man. I can't complain, man. I can't complain.
well, for those of you guys who don't know, Sly Fox and me go way back. I've talked about Sly before. Coming up in the same area when I moved to the Central Valley area. Sly was one of the first people that I connect with, and he's done some incredible things out there with his entrepreneurship, throwing concerts, bringing in some of the biggest celebrities. Even before they were celebrities, they were like, "Yo, man, Sly, can you get me some money? Can I get on stage?" He was dealing with Tiffany Haddish's and all these big time people before they were who they were today. So he's got a lot of love in the community. He's connected with so many other people, like bringing other artists out, E40s and all these big artists that he's dealt with back in the past. He's got some strong ties to the entertainment world. And then, years later, we wind up reuniting. A lot of times you raise families, you kind of go your separate way. We got all these other things happening. And then come to find out we had something in common again. And that was crypto. So we start talking crypto. And then I found out very quickly that not only was Sly passionate about crypto, but he was also embarking in this new endeavor called stocks and taking it really serious. I think before he might have dibbled and dabbled, but he said, let me see how I can go out there and make some money. So we're going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about stocks. We're going to talk about crypto. We're going to talk about the market sentiment and, Sly's approach to certain things when it comes to stocks, because I think it's very relevant in a lot of stuff that I talk about. And so let's just get started with that. So a lot of you guys who have seen Sly before, you can go back to my show, catch our other videos and see more details about who he is. But Sly, getting right into it, man. Let's get right into it. You made some really big moves. You've been very successful with some of your trades in regard to like Tesla. I know you're a big fan of Tesla. I know you're a big fan of Nvidia, which has just been on fire. It's like the talk of the internet right now.
Yes, sir.
And I know the other day I called you. I've been so busy with selling this place and doing this and doing that, and kids down. I said, Sly, okay, man, let's do this. I'm ready to get going. He said, Jay, I ain't never stopped, brother, man. I'm out here doing crazy stuff right now. And he's like, I'm waiting for a trade right now. Put some money in that might yield about 40,000 in the morning. I'm like, good Lord, you doing it like that? So a lot of times what gets me is not the end result, because a lot of times, Sly, we know so well that you always see somebody at the end result. You look at LeBron or you look at Jordan, you say, well, God, look at all the stuff they got, the cars and house, but it's the process in which they got there that I'm more infatuated with. Like, what did they do to become great? What did they do to get to the point of having success, right? And I know a lot of times you'll say, oh man, there's people out there doing bigger than me, and I get it. But from where we're from and the things that you're doing, that's large from where we're from, right? That's a big thing.
No doubt.
And you're accomplishing big things in your life, and so I want to give you flowers for that. But
Thank you, my brother.
one of the things that I want to talk about is the process, because one of the things I talk about, even with, let's say, with my success in crypto, is that it's not lucky. I don't believe in luck. I believe in the process. I believe in being ready. I believe in doing my due diligence. I believe in having a plan and controlling my emotions. And there's so many parts of that. So let's talk about really your approach when it comes to stocks. I know there's a lot of things you do, like and there's a lot of things that people don't see. Like people get on, well, let me look at the charts, but you go further. You get on calls, you do research, you try to look at news, you try to see. Okay, I remember the other day we were talking about something maybe about a few weeks ago or so, and you're like, man, I was invested in Rivian. And then they had a recall on the trucks because something happened with the mechanics, and I knew when that happened, it's probably going to retrace. So I got out, and so it's amazing how you look at something, and then you try to figure out how that's going to affect the stocks. Or something like AI, which is the hottest thing since fish grease, is one of the things where you're looking at it and you're going, man, you've been telling me, James, AI is it. I mean, every time we talk, James, AI is this, AI is that. And so so talk about the process, Sly, and what you do typically on a day-to-day basis. What got you started, your approach to certain things, some of the things that you do, if you don't mind speaking on that. We'll talk about stocks and then get into
No
that.
doubt.
Uh-huh.
No doubt. On a day-to-day basis, I'm pretty much watching CNBC all day. Well, not all day, probably
Yeah.
to about 2 or 3 o'clock.
So you start at what time?
And I started like maybe 6:15 in the morning.
Okay, about 6:15 in the morning, and you'll just kind of stay. You said plugged into like stocks and stuff throughout the day, like part of your day.
I'm plugged into the market. I'm plugged into CNBC. I'm seeing what's going on. For those that don't know about CNBC, it's a stock channel, stocks and crypto channel.
Okay.
And it's a bunch of professional people that's been trading for years, and they basically chopping it up about stocks and crypto in a very professional manner. You know what I mean? So I would say you to the normal ear listening, you probably won't get it, but as you keep listening and keep retaining information, it'll be like they just talking baby talk to you. You know what I mean? So
when they're
I'm
talking,
watching that.
when they're talking, what is it that you're looking for? Are you looking for like
I'm looking for keywords. I'm looking for keywords, and they'll also show you stocks that just shot up that day.
Okay.
Like for those that don't know, Foot Locker had an earnings call this previous week.
Uh-huh.
After the earnings call, for those that don't know what an earnings call is when you go and you basically report what you made, what you didn't make. You know, it's a little deeper than that, but that's basically what it is. So after their earnings, they lost. They didn't beat the earnings. The stock was down 33%.
Right after that call.
You know what I mean? So if you just investing and you don't know about earnings calls and you don't know about the Fed moving the market, you know, and it's not just Powell, it's any one of them can move the market. You know what I mean? Right. So if you just investing and you don't know about all that and you just look, you like, why is it down 33%? Well, right. You got to dig down deep and inform yourself of what's really going on that day.
Right. And it kind of reminds me when me and you were talking. What's up, lower levels in the house? My man Beekeeper69, Crypto Tropic. So I know we were talking about like the day a couple days ago when you were saying, man, James, I put myself in a position. This thing has gone up further. We're talking about NVIDIA. It's gone up further than anyone expected, and it was huge gains. One of the things that reminds me of is kind of like recently, about a month ago when XRP won the lawsuit in regard. It was a split the baby, but nevertheless they still won the lawsuit in the fact that they were deemed not a security, XRP wise, and everyone was so hyped about XRP and Ripple. And then what happened is it took off. Obviously, a lot of people saw it go from the anticipation the month before of the him and emails that got it about 52 cents. It got all the way up to 92 cents. So it almost doubled up. Got up to 92 cents, and that brought some crazy profits. People were excited, but then one of the things that people weren't doing is they weren't looking at the rest of the market, or maybe they weren't looking at what other people were saying. What was TA guys, whatever else, and they were like, look, this is based off the news, but it's not sustainable. And based off of this, I see a 30 to 40% retracement, and a lot of times you don't see that till after the fact, and then people go back and say, well, hey, I was saying this, and then I look back on this guy's channel, look back on that person, I said, damn, they did say that. So it might have been something I missed, and missing and not researching, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was one of those people who thought it was gonna at least crack $1, right, and keep going. And when it retraced, I wasn't prepared for it. And not being prepared, sometimes you could leave some serious change on the table. And for me, I left. I mean, I could have walked out with a $600,000 profit, just based off of what other people were saying that it could do. So what I mean by that, sometimes you got to know when to take profit and then reinsert the profit, which I'm really good at typically, but not when me and many other people thought it was going to just keep going, surpass $1, maybe $1, and some change.
Right.
And so what happened in that scenario, I looked at it, I said, well, I still got the same amount of coins I had, but I was like, damn, I could have sold out, took a $600,000 or so profit, $650,000 profit, wait for it
big
to retrace.
Boy talk.
Yeah, big boy talk. Wait for it to retrace, put that 600-something back, and all of a sudden, guess what? I doubled up my holdings. And that's literally what would have happened. So, talk about that with stocks and what you're involved in. Are you a long-term trader? Are you a long-term investor? Are you doing options, futures? Talk about what's bringing your money and some of the things that you're doing. Kind of explain that. Take us through like one of your recent trades. Talk about that if you don't mind.
Well, to answer if I'm a long trader or option trader, I'm both. I do long trades, long-term trades, and I option trade.
Okay.
I don't option trade every day. I option trade based on momentum and information. You know what I mean? I feel like if you really try to force trades, that's when you start losing all that money. You know, and if you revenge trading, you could lose a lot of money too.
We've talked about that.
Yeah. This we keep it at 100 again.
Keep
So
100, man. Keep 100.
I would keep it 100 and say, not this week that just passed. It was a great week, but the week before that,
yeah,
I got caught up in my feelings, and I was doing some I was doing some revenge trading, and that week didn't go too good, and I had to catch myself, and I had to stop and say, "Hold up, quit trading, quit trading, regroup." You know what I mean? Let's get back to the technicals. Let's get back to how we start doing this. You know what got us this money. So, after I did that, this week it was a beautiful week, bro. It was a beautiful week this week, man.
And we've talked about that where, you know, because you do you do like long-term investing, you do some future stuff and what have you. And
long-term.
You do long-term. Say again?
I do long-term investing and I do option trading. Option trades is it could be for an hour, or it could be for me, it could be for an hour or 30 minutes, or it could be for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, and I noticed
but I don't stay. For those that don't know about options, it's a time and decay effect to every contract.
Right.
So you don't really want to stay in that long, you know, but it's some professional option traders that do. So, you know, to each his own.
And the thing with that is, you know, that could change very quickly, because a couple days ago when the video was all over X, you know, which is Twitter, and everyone's like, oh my God, and it blew past what everybody thought it was going to hit. You know, like you said, you could be in an option and just sit there and hold out, and all of a sudden you look back and that thing went from 5.5 down to 4 something. You're like, oh my God, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, and you just, all that money that you would have made could go right down the drain, that you could be in.
You know that saying, James, bulls make money, bears make money.
Yeah.
Hogs get slaughtered.
Hogs get slaughtered. That's right.
You know what I mean? So if you up, just tap out, you know?
Tap the pot. Yeah. And I think that's what happens a lot of times. Shouts out to my boy, JC, Bullish Big D, all you guys that are here. I think a lot of times, what's up, Lord Jack? I think a lot of times what happens is, you know, we have the hopium, right? We have the hopium, and there's a difference between, like I said, short-term and long-term traders. For me, most of what I do is long-term trading, right? Now, if there's something very obvious, I'll have a plan. Like for me, I did have a plan to say, okay, well, when this get to a certain number, I'll pull profit. Now, I didn't expect it to go to $3 to $5 or nothing like that after the lawsuit, but I did expect it to crack over $1, right? So when you look up and you've left, and again, I haven't lost nothing, didn't lose anything at all, but the fact that I left money on the table, you know, you got to say, okay, well, you know what, I need to rethink that the next time around, and because a lot of times you don't want to miss the boat, right? We want to pull, you know, we know if we pull that profit, then all of a sudden it pumps up. We're like, damn, we just missed the boat. But you know, it's one of the things that you got to learn.
Yeah, sometimes, sometimes you're gonna miss that extra 10%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're gonna miss it, but it's better to, because if you don't, you could lose.
Right.
Just because you didn't get out. You know what I mean? You up, and all of a sudden the stock looked like the end of a fishing pole with a big bass on it. You know what I mean? It's just going straight down. You know what I mean? Right. So you're like, oh, hold up. You know, and if you know about options is when you sell or buy, you have to meet a sell or buy price, right? So it's not just a click of a button. Right. You got to meet the price. You know what I mean? And then if a stock is going down like this quick, it's very hard to meet that price, because as soon as you type it in, it went down, you know, 1% more, 2% more, you know. So
that's why you got stop losses in place.
There you go. That's a beautiful word. Stop loss. Yeah. Learn about a trailing stop loss, man. Learn about that.
Yeah. So
definitely.
And that's all stuff that people can look up on YouTube. You know, stop losses, how to set them. Almost every platform has some type of instructions on how to implement your stop losses and things like that. And sometimes, keeping it 100 again, if that thing moves pretty quick, it can go right past your stop loss, and you got to understand it's happened. It's happened to me. So yeah.
But this the thing on if you trade with Robinhood,
Yeah.
and you set a stop loss, it has to kick you out at that point.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, it has to kick you out.
I remember when I was dealing with Binance back in the day. A lot of times, especially when Bitcoin would trace hard, it would blow past my stop loss. I'm just like, so you would get liquidated all that money. I wouldn't be shocked one day if someone went and complained about that, because I could tell you where I lost, a lot of possible potential money from Binance, and that money getting liquidated because the stop loss didn't kick in effect. Who did that benefit? Right. So
right.
There's a lot of things that these exchanges, I think, in my opinion, and I know Craig Crypto71 always talks about how he uses a certain exchanges out there that he trusts because certain other exchanges will trade against you. And make it where their system doesn't catch the stop loss. There's so much stuff, and that's why I think a lot of the stuff that's happening with regulatory clarity needs to happen, just not in the way by enforcement, which is why we're all in the predicament that we're in right now. So let's talk about that as well. Let me get into here. Let me put you on the screen here. So obviously you guys can see right here. This is talking about this young lady here that was posted. It says this was August 24th. It says, "Good morning, everyone. Nvidia crushed the quarter, and they are just getting started. In less than a decade, its data center business has gone from a rounding error to main source of sales. Now analysts estimate a $1 trillion market opportunity. Good Lord. A new computing era has begun." What attracted you to... here's another one by a guy named Sawyer Merritt. He says, news, Elon Musk says Tesla is about to turn on a 250 million to 10,000 unit NVIDIA H. So there's all this stuff with NVIDIA and Tesla. Is this stuff that you're going through reading before you invest in stuff like NVIDIA and Tesla and some of your other holdings that we've talked about?
Well, NVIDIA and Tesla was pretty much a no-brainer, because where we at right now in the world with artificial intelligence,
right,
it's just like we was talking about the other day on the phone. It's just the new hot play, bro.
Right.
And it's about to take over the world. So everybody knows the last few years it's been all about EV stocks.
EV, right.
But they saying artificial intelligence is the new EV stocks right now.
Okay, got it.
But with that being said, you really can't put NVIDIA over Tesla, bro. Like, it might be worth more money. Like NVIDIA, they just hit $1 trillion not too long ago for the market cap.
Yeah, I saw where they were saying that the NVIDIA right now is valued over the entire cryptocurrency market cap, which is 1.05 trillion. I think NVIDIA was just above that, which is crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is the thing too. Stocks is like life, right? It's levels.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So just because NVIDIA is a promising stock,
right,
it don't mean it's not levels. A lot of professional investors deem that stock right now too high to buy.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the day after it beat earnings, it dropped.
Gotcha.
It beat earnings.
Wow.
We all made money and everything, but after that, it dropped.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But part of the reason for that was Fed Chairman Powell was coming out to discuss what he was going to do with the interest rates for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? So pretty much the whole market dropped. But part of the reason that dropped is because it was very high, bro. It's at an all-time high. So when stocks are at an all-time high, you can expect it to be a lot more volatile than other stocks and drop, so like he was talking about when I read that article about Rivian. That's basically called like momentum trading.
Okay.
The article read, it's a feature in a Rivian truck that's making people lose control of the steering wheel and the car is crashing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's like the most terrible news you ever want to hear.
Right.
So when people read that, what's going to happen that day and the next day? It's going to tank.
It's gonna
You know
tank.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Tank Abbott.
Right.
But the next day it was down 17%, bro.
Wow. Wow. So that so
And if
so
you doing options on that and it dropped down 17%, by the time you get to 10%, you good.
right. Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? You very good. You probably 200-300% up at that point. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there that is.
That makes a lot of sense. We're going to go into a couple other things here. It says, let's see if we can see it beside you. Yeah, it says summary of Powell Jackson's whole speech. So I guess they kind of summarize Powell's speech. We are prepared to raise further if needed. Talking about rates. The Fed will not charge 2% inflation target. The Fed will not change 2% inflation target. Will proceed carefully on whether to hike again. Lowering inflation will require softer labor markets. It says number 5, above trend growth could warrant more rate hikes. It seems like a long pause is coming. A lot of this, man, for me, sounds bad, right? It sounds bad for the market. It sounds like they're going to do whatever they have to do to try to get everything the way they feel it needs to go. And I just think it's a possibility between this and also one of the things I want to talk about is your thoughts, if any, on what's happening with BRICS and all the backdoor meetings and things. I mean, it's not, I shouldn't say backdoor because it's public information about what they're doing, coming together with this new way of doing business. Any thoughts on that?
What do you mean by BRICS?
BRICS, maybe you're not familiar with it, with all the country, what is it? Oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank right now, but the different countries that are coming together that's meeting about, the new currency and things that they're going to be implementing to get away from the U.S. dollar.
Okay, I'm not up on that.
Brazil, Russia, China.
Maybe you can inform me.
Okay. Well, since I want to have things plugged in that you actually know about, so we're gonna keep it moving.
Okay.
Let's talk about XRP. You know about XRP?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Okay, how do you feel? There's been some rumors about XRP possibly being implemented into Robinhood. What do you think that'll do for XRP? Do you feel that it be something positive, maybe more so? In my opinion, I think it might be bigger than hearing like it being implemented on Coinbase or on or Gemini or on Uphold. The reason being because a lot of people, the fear doesn't really start with whether or not someone should buy XRP. The fear to me starts with even trying to sign up for an exchange for the new people who are coming in. So I think going to Robinhood would be huge because I think there's more people who are comfortable with that platform. Being it's almost like the starter kit, right? It's like the thing that when you get a phone, most people who have any type of drive or interest in stocks or anything like that, the first thing they're going to do is probably download Robinhood. So you're going to have more exposure to people who are comfortable, right? Who haven't really learned a lot about crypto. Maybe they're scared of exchanges because they're all bad and evil, like FTX. The whole narrative that people got in their head. Oh, it's the devil's. You know how some people are, man. They just something happens. It's like all exchanges are horrible until proven otherwise. And then with these lawsuits and appeals and the SEC. Going after Coinbase, which is a good old American company, and also seeing Binance USA, which is tied into Binance, going through a bunch of legal issues with the SEC as well, and then them going after all these projects. I think if I'm new, I'm not going to lie to you. If I'm new for the first time looking at crypto, I'd probably be scared walking into this dogfight that's going on with Operation Choke Point 2.0 and the SEC. So in my personal opinion, I feel that. A listing on Robinhood is probably bigger than any other exchange just because there's so many people that are comfortable there that probably own Dogecoin because their kids are TikToking about it and they're like, what the hell's that? Oh, it's 6 cents. Oh, buy some of that because it's on Robinhood. And what else is cheap on it? Well, shoot, Bitcoin ain't cheap. Let me scroll up. Ethereum's not cheap. Wait a minute, XRP. And I think people will probably migrate to it because again, if you are kind of putting your foot in the your big toe in the water, and you look up at any kind of, whether it's CoinGecko or it's CoinMarketCap, and you're looking going, well, damn, Doge is at my kid got me to buy some of that Doge, and it's at number 8, But this XRP thing that's 50 something cents, that's at number 5. So I just think, like I said, the way I'm thinking, sometimes I try to put myself in people's shoes that are just coming in. I think it would be huge for XRP. Your thoughts?
Oh man, ditto. Everything you just said, I agree with, bro. Like 100%. It'll be like an approval. It's like Robinhood is approving it.
Yeah.
It's making it more legit.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people, they only trade on Robinhood. They don't trust no other exchange.
And
So
I want to have you keep going there. You want to know why, Slide? I want you to keep going with that. Is because Robinhood is so meticulous, dude. It's so hard. They don't make quick decisions. They ridicule everything, and they take a while, and they break it. They look for any issues before listing anything. And I think if XRP either gets in a settlement or wins this next part of what they're going through with the SEC, I think it's a for sure listing. I don't think they can deny it once this all fully they fully walked away and there's no more legal issues. I don't know when that's going to come, and I don't know based off this rumor if it's something that will happen now, because knowing Robinhood and how strict they are, I don't think Doge would be on there if it had a legal issue. And I heard,
Right.
and what I read the other day, I think it was yesterday, I read they're very quick to remove people off the
yeah, you
platform
see
as
what
well.
they did to Solana?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, man.
So wait a minute. So I didn't know that. So Solana was on Robinhood at one point.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, I don't really keep up with Robinhood. When I first got into crypto, I tell people all the time it's the first thing I turned to because it was safe. It was easy. And I think I already had it on my phone, with a couple little silly stocks. And then I look back and I started hearing about this crypto thing because I always saw, and I was like, what is that? And when I saw Dogecoin on there, I was like, it was like 0.0000 whatever it was. And I was like, oh, let's go buy, $100 worth of that or something like that. So and even when I was learning about crypto and got in, I started telling my family, hey, when you got Robinhood, and even my kids like, yeah, Dad, I got Robinhood. I was like, that's just how
Yeah.
well known Robinhood is. And I was like,
Yeah.
hey,
It, it exposes XRP to new investors, bro.
right,
And that's only good,
yeah,
It's
agree.
only good.
I agree, and especially like I said, I think with XRP, in my opinion, for a lot of the people, and I don't want to just make this just about XRP because we could talk about so many other things. E-Rock is in the house, my man Crypto Tales. What's up, my brother? Fishing with Camo
Crypto
Joe.
Tales, what's up with you, man?
Yeah, baby, you already know he's in the house. So I think for me, when I think about XRP, it seems like, in my opinion, and I could be wrong. If you guys agree with me, guys, went from Robinhood to from Robin the Hood to Ripple, from Robinhood to Ripple. That's funny as hell. So
Straight up. It's a lot of people. Hey, just like there's people that love Robin Hood, they got a few people that don't really like Robin Hood. Hey,
yeah,
we keeping it 100
yeah.
today. I'm gonna tell y'all, they need to pay me for this.
Huh.
It's an exchange that I really feel is better than Robin Hood. Way more informational. Just
Uh-oh.
so much information is ridiculous.
Uh-oh.
It's called Moo.
Moo.
If you're looking for a good, reputable exchange, Moo, if y'all listening, y'all need to, cut me a check or do something. You know what I mean? But Moo is a very good exchange, bro.
So
Oh, man. There's so much information on that app. It's crazy.
So that was going to ask. They have an app on the App Store.
Yes.
So it's like what, MOO?
Yes.
Like that? Wow,
It's an orange logo.
Okay.
Orange and white logo.
Okay, I don't think I've messed with that one before.
Yeah, they real, bro. They when you sign up, they call your phone and make sure it's all legit, bro. All legit.
So one of the things that I really think is going to happen, I'm sure a lot of the people that are here today will agree when it comes to XRP, is I think there's a couple things. Number one is obviously, like John Deaton says, I don't think people really understand, and I know you're an XRP fan as well. I don't think people understand what the 2.7 year whatever it was, a lawsuit, how it affected XRP's growth. I don't think a lot of people understand how that affected everything. And I think sometimes you try to find the good, or what we say is what's the blessing out of the horrible situation. I think what happens with XRP, everything they're going through, everything they start to go through in 18, in some weird way, and for anybody here that agrees with me, let me know. I think in some ways it's put them ahead of the game, right? Now, yeah, we didn't see the results that we want to see, and it's probably stopped some of the people embracing embracing the technology as quick as they could have, or maybe not being as boisterous about it. But I think low key, a lot of times what happens is it takes a while for those things to kind of implement when you're trying to get financial institutions to use the RippleNet, the XRP ledger, whatever the case may be. And so I almost think that the negative part about this lawsuit might actually work out to be one of the biggest blessings. And I say this to or advantages for those people who aren't religious. Blessing. Okay, well, advantages, whatever word you want to use, is because what happens, Sly, is they're in an appeal situation where the SEC has applied for an appeal. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get it, but if they do get it,
Right.
and if they settle, if they lose, whatever the case may be, we're so far along compared to everybody else that were just kind of sliding along. They were they were in the bull markets. They were untouched, and all of a sudden their issues are just beginning. And I think that's the advantage. And I like to say this. I think when it comes to Robinhood, I think when it comes to anything else, I think Brad Garlinghouse, in so many words, has already said it when he said flip the switch, or Rosie Rios when she said the train has left the station. I think you got to look at what those phrases mean. And Rosie Rios being the 43rd treasurer of the United States that now works for Ripple, when you look at the type of things that they're doing in the comments that they're making, it really all goes to a moment. And I think XRP is going to have a moment where it explodes, right? And I'm not saying this out of hopium. I'm just saying it's like when you see a bump.
I think that's facts.
I think it's like when you see a bump and the bump just gets bigger and it gets bigger and you're waiting. Is it gonna go up to the dollar? And it's like it's covered in that skin. And I don't want to give a bad illustration, but it's like this big bubble that continues to get big, and when it pops, it just moons. And because there's been so much, what was holding that explosion in place is the SEC, is the corruption, is the Elizabeth Warrens, is the Operation Choke Point 2.0, the China, the Ethereum. And I think what happens is when this bubble gets to a point of popping, it's going to be huge. And I think what happens is when it fires off, because think about this, Sly, if you have a settlement or if they write out win and XRP is left alone, what else could happen? Could it fall? I think anything that's happened, I think the worst that could ever happen. Now, listen to what I'm saying. I think that the worst that could ever happen to XRP happened over the last 2.5 years. Think about it. If they're left alone, and if the courts deem it, it's done, it's over, all lawsuits are done, or there's a settlement, bro, at that moment, can you imagine all the institutions' announcements, international announcements, Robinhood announcements? I mean, dude, I think it's prime for a massive explosion. If you guys agree with that in the comments, let me know. I'll read your comments and give me your take on it. I think it's going to be just a crazy explosion where most people are just trying to figure out what the hell is the next step. XRP's been through it for 2.5 years. So I think sometimes when you try to hurt somebody, it comes out benefiting them in the end. I think all the stuff that the SEC has done by attacking XRP early on, they probably would have been better if they would have waited. They probably would have been better if they would have waited and attacked XRP with the rest of the market. But instead, they attacked XRP. They singled them out and attacked them by themselves. And now what's happening is, as you're trying to get everybody else, XRP, you should never give someone that you're trying to hurt confidence, if that makes sense. And I'll give you an example of that. I'm going to give you an example of that. I remember, and I know a lot of people, my pain is where I come from. Is this called keeping it 100? Can I keep it 100?
Man, keep it 100.
I remember coming up as a young man and having an abusive stepfather. And
wow.
I was a very abusive stepfather to me and my mother and my siblings. And I remember the day that my mom, they were fighting, whatever the case may be, and she smacked him back. And he ran in the bathroom scared. I remember it like it was yesterday. And that's the day at 13 years old, I said that was it. If he ever does anything else, I'll whoop his ass.
Exactly.
Because what it was is that he ran in the bathroom when my mom socked him. She cold-cocked him. She got tired of the abuse. He went in the bathroom, and she went out, and on God is my witness, she ran and smashed the door down like a running back. The door came down with his ass. Knocked the whole thing down. She lost her mind and knocked the door. And at that point, the abuse
When a
stopped.
woman fed up.
At that point, the abuse stopped. And so, and I don't say that to bring any light to the situation. I say that to anytime you batter or you beat or you mistreat someone, there's always a tipping point. There's always a point where that person starts getting confidence and saying, you know what? You really,
Right.
Mr. Bully, you really ain't all that. And that's why
Hey, that's the truth, bro.
that's why I hate bullies with a passion because of how I was raised. I say that to say that all the SEC and the United States has been doing, like Elizabeth Warren, they've been bullying Ripple. They've been bullying XRP. And I think what Judge Torres did is she gave the XRP army, she gave Ripple, she gave the community, and even the crypto space to some degree as a whole, because, a lot of people kind of hating on XRP until they saw XRP stand up and win. And when XRP won, all of a sudden everybody's like, yo, oh my God, they are tough. It's kind of like all of a sudden you see the little guy that who you thought was a little guy really is giant,
Right.
really step forward and say, I'm not scared anymore. And I think that's the thing that we're at right now, where you can see Ripple and
Good
XRP,
analogy.
their attorneys and everything, they are not scared. And I think with them not being scared, it gave Coinbase confidence. Because if you look at Brian Armstrong, he didn't know what to do. It gave Coinbase confidence. It made people who they did beat up and got abused, like Library, the Library coin, all of a sudden they said, wait a minute. Hell no! You put us out of business for what? So now all of a sudden they're going back looking at lawsuits. So what it did is all of a sudden you saw this company that's been abused for 2.5 years, bro, step up and
Right.
say enough is enough. And I think that sentiment in itself has rallied not just the crypto industry, but people as a whole to say, you know what, we can win this thing. And I think that's why, even with all the negativity that's happening right now with the recession and everything else, I think that's why crypto, and specifically Ripple, XRP, and many other projects will prevail, because we've seen the bully get his front teeth knocked out. And I think that's kind of the analogy I want to give.
Man, that's what's up, man.
So your comments on that, comments from everybody else. Let's see in the group here, we got JC saying, yeah, regulatory is done with XRP. I'm telling you, man, yeah, play better with pain. That's right.
I couldn't have summed that up no better, bro. That was beautiful.
Hey, well, man, this show is about keeping it 100, man. So we're gonna keep 100.
Straight up.
I always say that adversity and pain either makes or breaks you. And I think for me, it's allowed me to be who I am. Seeing what I had to go through made me realize that if I don't want my children to see that, I gotta fight like hell. I gotta fight like hell to make sure they have options. And it's funny because I know a lot of times people look up and they're like, "Yo, James, you're lucky. You're lucky with crypto." Oh man, boy, if I had to tell you those stories when I was fighting, those losses that I took, the times that I had tears in my eyes, the times I sat in the bed sick because I saw $200-something come slide, and days later, $150,000 dropped, and I was in the bed like sick, right? So it's all those things, or early on as a child, the things that you go through that says, I ain't gonna tolerate that. Whether it was in
Right.
life, whether it was on the streets, whether it was on, in sports. There's just certain things that you go through in life that helps you mold into the person that you are. And I think,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think that's why I love, I always tell people, and I know a lot of times you guys hear people say this, if a person's never lost and if a person's never have pain, I don't want to mess with them. If you were a perfect brother, I don't want to mess with you.
Straight up.
With you because I don't want
I might mess you up.
I don't want your first mistake to be with me. I don't want your first loss or bad situation to be with me.
Right.
I'd rather take a person. I'd rather take people who are flawed and damaged and who have struggled. And I think that's what's always been the key for me. When people say, James, man, how did you do so well? How'd you get into speaking? A kid from Brooklyn, when you're up there with all those, and I don't mean to be facetious, but all those, other nationalities, to be politically correct,
Right.
that are wearing Rolexes. And how did you do that? Because they weren't me. And that's why I always try to tell people, the thing that the secret to success is you. That's it. You. And it's the things that you do and the opportunities that you make out of, because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's the things that you do with your day. It's the
Right.
things that you do with your day. Like,
That's true.
I stopped, coming up in business. I remember stopping, going to the playgrounds all the time. Stop trying to go over here. So, hey man, come over here and have some business, Jay. Come over here and come on, Jay, come over here and come on, bro. We about to go
Right.
turn up. And there's
Right.
a time I was like, look, hold on, man. Like that ain't get me nowhere.
Right.
And even when I realized I was done with basketball, look, I ain't gonna be Jordan. So if I can't be Jordan and LeBron, damn it, I'm gonna go into business. And that's really what's made me step away from basketball. It wasn't that I wasn't great. I remember my brother Jermaine when I was in Vegas and we were on top of everything and everything went well. And shouts out and much love to my brother. He wrote me one of the most heartfelt letters. And he said, Jay, everything you've ever touched in your life has turned to gold. He said, you were one of the most skillful, explosive, offensive basketball players. For me to see where you went from 0 to 100 that quick, to be that kind of threat. And I appreciated that. But it's even
straight up.
But
Your brother, good dude, bro.
He's a really good dude. And the thing that got me, the reason I said that is not to try to impress anybody, but to try to impress upon you. When I don't see myself, kind of like when I had my car lots, like you remember when I had my car lots in Fresno, or when I had my cell phone stores, whatever.
The clothing stores. Yeah,
clothing stores, all that stuff. The professional basketball teams. When I look at myself, I say, okay, you know what? My cell phone store is not going to be the biggest chain of cell phone stores. And if I can't be the best, then damn it, it's time to move on to something else. And that's the way that I've always been. If I can't be the best ball player that I need to be, not saying it in other people's eyes. I mean, God, we as freshmen we almost won the national title. All first year college players. But if
Fab Five,
like a Fab Five. So if I don't see myself being where I can make an impact in this world based off of that certain thing. Like if my store is not going to be like Ross, it's time to move on. If my cell phone store is not going to be revered like Sprint, it's time to move on. If my car lots are not going to be talked about like Chevrolet or Mercedes, it's time to move on. And so I do enough things to get experience to make it a stepping stone to get into something else. So I say that because out of all the things I've ever done, I've never felt more complete and excited, not satisfied, but excited about my future when it comes to digital assets. Because, and I want you guys to elaborate this, and I want you to elaborate on this slide, because a lot of times we're always chasing what other people have done and trying to take crumbs of what, like for an example, me and you talk about this all the time. You can go on YouTube and you see guys who are trading in the millions of dollars in stocks. And we're always, and so it's like, I don't want to be the guy who's getting crumbs. I don't want to be the guy who I'm sitting around and you like,
you want the whole loaf, baby.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. Sometimes we don't have the opportunity because, like I said in a show a while back, a lot of times we're not getting a phone. Did you get a phone call from Amazon when they were starting? Did you get a phone call from Airbnb, the guys who were trying to start saying, yo, Sly, can you put 10,000 on it? I didn't get the call from Uber. I didn't get the call from Lyft. I didn't get the call from any of these things that started up and then exploded. And I remember Mike Novogratz was talking about it. He said, I think it's really unfair how the people with money always seem to get the phone call and the people who don't never get the opportunity. So the reason that I fell in love with crypto is not just because of the money. It's because it's the first time I've ever seen anything fair where everybody can be involved. And I said it to say this. You know how many times when you were doing concerts and you were doing shows in the area that we're in the Central Valley, and you had all these celebrities and people. Isn't it funny? And I know you're gonna feel what I'm saying about this. When you could before that, you might have been in the club, you might have been here, you might have been hanging out with your boys, and everybody, what's up, Sly? And they wouldn't even think, they didn't know your birthday, they didn't know nothing about what's going on in your life. They didn't know your first child, nothing. As soon as they saw you, brought to you by Sly Fox, everybody was trying to call, text you, can I get in? Sly. All of a sudden, you became the god of that town at that moment because you were connected to somebody they wanted to meet. And I think a lot of times what happens is we don't have that moment that we can feel like to feel special, that we can be that guy, that we can. Or let me put it this way: a lot of times people come to me and say, "James, you're 6'8". James, you did this and that. James, you're in the Fresno Beach. James, you did this and that. James, you went pro in basketball." Well, not everybody's gonna be able to jump and shoot and be 6'8". I say all that to say this, and not everybody has your skill set and what you did with all that stuff that you did back in the day. But the one thing that to me is the most fairest thing I've ever seen in my whole life, and I turned Slide, my birthday is on September 1st, is coming up. In my almost 52 years of life, okay, I've never seen a more fair, equal opportunity than cryptocurrency. And I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being honest with you.
I agree, bro.
I won't even say stocks, because stocks, the opportunity to trade is there. Yes, God knows you can become an extraordinary trader. I see a lot of young people doing it. So you
can become a millionaire faster with crypto. Yeah. I really believe that.
But the point I'm making is stocks are predicated off of things that we didn't have the privy. We didn't have the opportunity to get into NVIDIA when they first launched. or Tesla, we weren't on the Tesla introductory call. We weren't. No, you know what I'm saying? Like we're all talking now about NVIDIA.
Let me touch on that. Let me touch on that for a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me touch on that, bro. So for those that don't know about stocks, they have something called IPO, initial public offering, right?
Right.
So before that stock hit the market, you can invest on it in an initial public offering.
Right.
Right. So let's go back 2 years ago.
Yeah.
If you didn't have $1 million in your account,
right,
you couldn't be a part of the initial public offering,
right,
the IPO.
Right. And that's what Mike Novogratz said. That's exactly what he said. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And on top of that, the initial public offerings was shooting through the roof. Mm-hmm. If you got in on an IPO, by the time it get to the public, you done already made 300-400% on your money.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So what did Robinhood do? They say, oh, I think the people catching on. Right. We gonna make the IPOs available for regular investors. They don't need to have millions of dollars.
That's smart.
If you want to get in, you can get in. And guess what happened to the IPOs? They didn't do nothing. Ever since they made it available to regular investors, IPO ain't skyrocketed like that since, bro.
And that's the point I was trying to get to with all the things
exactly.
I was saying. What I was trying to get to is that everyone had the opportunity to buy Bitcoin at a penny. Everyone had the opportunity to buy XRP at 0.00 whatever the hell it was. Everyone had the opportunity to get Shiba in 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like so even though there might have been ICOs or there might have been early investors, it didn't matter. There's people who got into some of those coins like Shiba and some people who will get into coins like today, like VRA or VLOs or Crow. So I saw Shane Sullivan said, and that's what I'm saying. Like the opportunity is still amongst us. Like when you understand Ripple was built to be a $10,000 asset, the Valil Group said 25 to 35,000 by 2030, which is about 6.4 years. 52 cents is a damn steal. Because here's how I would say it. Would 52 cents be a steal for Ethereum right now? I'm not even gonna talk about Bitcoin. A 52 cent Ethereum right now would be huge. And the crazy thing about it is if XRP hit $5, it will be in front of Ethereum right now. That's how you have to look at opportunity.
You know how people is. They don't want to buy until it's up 200%.
That's the problem is nobody wants to buy until and that's the whole thing. Everyone has that coulda, shoulda, woulda. Oh, nobody told me about it because Bitcoin's at 25,000. Where's your butt at?
Right.
Now here's the point. I didn't know, so I'm not gonna get mad. But what I can do is I can reference to things like, okay, you know what? If there's an opportunity for an African American to go play baseball, when what's old boy I can't remember old boy that broke out, Jackie whatever, who broke out in the baseball league or whatever.
Jackie Robinson.
Yeah. So if that can happen, then that tells me I need to go get myself in position to do it. If Bitcoin did what it did, and I look at there's assets today, and I'm gonna say it, and I don't want anybody to get mad at me because I got Bitcoin as well. There's assets right now that are way better than Bitcoin in what they do. XRP is being one of them. I'm talking about as far as I'm not talking about the fact that everyone believes in the store value of Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is not better than XRP in nothing that it does. It's not faster. It's not this. It's not that. It's not scale. You know. So the point I'm trying to make is that we need to as people stop making excuses, stop saying shoulda, coulda, woulda, and stop being mad at the shit that we missed. And start focusing on the things that are in front of us that's actually even better. Because I'm going to tell you, I heard someone tell me this a long time ago. Some of the wealthiest people in crypto ain't even got in it yet. Mm-hmm. Some of the wealthiest people in crypto in the future haven't even got in the damn thing yet. You want to know why? And it'll be it.
Go ahead.
No. You want to know why? Because they're going to come in blinded without all the crap that's keeping you down, with all the stuff that's making you scared, fearful, fluffy. They be like, you know what? Let me just throw $1,000. Let me just throw $5. Let me just throw whatever it is in the XRP or whatever this coin is, and they're gonna sit back and ignorance on fire. They're not gonna know anything. They're just gonna hold it, and they're gonna look up one day, and they're gonna be wealthy as hell while you're sitting around still trying to. Well, let me time the tops to the bottom. My emotions. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes people who don't know shit will make the most money. Go ahead, Sly.
Straight up. But yeah, you know, I was just piggybacking on your point, but it's going to be, every year, it's going to be a new coin. They're going to have a new coin next year. You know what I mean? It was Dogecoin, it was Shiba Inu, now it's Pepe. You know what I mean? It's going to keep being new coins. So you're not going to miss out.
You know,
So
and even the ones that were around, people got to understand a 6 cent Dogecoin. Like, I don't care what Doge was created for as a joke. If all of a sudden Doge is accepted for SpaceX or Tesla or brain chips or
it's over.
dude, what? That's called use case. I mean,
It's over.
it's over. So I don't care Shiba. Well, I mean, if Doge is at 6 and could possibly even retrace down to 2 in a bear market at its height, what was it, like 70 something? Whatever. What did Doge get up to at its height?
About 70 cents, something
70
like
some odd
that.
cents, something like that. I think. So you tell me Shiba can't hit a penny? I'm just saying. So that's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like, the opportunities are still there. Let me read through some of these comments real quick. Slide, because I know we coming up on our hour. Shane Sullivan says got a nice bag from my Spawn Comics. Oh, I love it. So Shane Sullivan says I would have sold some comics I had since I was a teenager to get into crypto. And here's the thing, Shane. You know why? Again, nothing we talk about should ever be considered financial advice. But you know why I like what Shane just said? Because there's nothing that I have material wise. I don't care if I got a brand new Lamborghini or a brand new Benz or a brand new whatever. That let's just go to something that's even worth $1,000. Let's go down to, let's say one of Shane comics books was $1,000. I promise you that, and here's what I know what I can say, and I know what I can't say. I would bet, predicated off of due diligence, not bet like the casino. I would bet predicated off of due diligence and doing my homework that $1,000 value of that comic book will be so much greater in Shiba, XRP, blah blah. Could you imagine if you had 1,000? Could you imagine if you had 2,000 XRP and one day it even hit $100? That's $200,000 for $1,000 comic book. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not telling people to go out there and do anything. What I'm saying is get smart. Stop holding on to crap. It ain't gonna change you. I know a whole lot of people broke that's got some valuable stuff laying around. I remember a person told me a long time ago. He said, "How bad do you want it? Start looking around at the crap that's sitting in your garage, and you just I'm just hodling stuff that don't matter. What are you willing to do to win?"
Yeah. Hey, I told my cousin, this might seem funny to a few people, but I told my cousin in 2020 or 2021, early 2021, I told him, I say, Shiba Inu is about to take off.
Yeah.
Do whatever you gotta do
to get you something.
To get you a bag of Shiba Inu. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I said, man, look, sell your car, man.
Do what you gotta do.
He was like, sell my car. I'm like, man, it's gonna be worth it when it pop. You can buy you 3 or 4 of those.
3 or 4 of those, yeah.
Sell your car, man.
Yeah.
You know, of course he didn't sell his car, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do, to get to that next level. And I'm gonna say this too, real quick. Bitcoin, everybody know, if you're watching, Bitcoin is falling, right? Mm-hmm. I think it fell to like 25 too, right?
Yeah, right now it's at 20. So, it's at 26.12 right now.
26.12. Mm-hmm. I was on this show. I was talking about crypto stocks.
Right.
He was like, "What? Crypto stocks?"
Right.
Stocks that's crypto related.
Right.
Marathon Digital is the blockchain, one of the blockchains for Bitcoin.
Right.
Riot blockchain is related to Bitcoin. So listen, when Bitcoin goes up 3%, these stocks 5%, these stocks is up 14, 15%.
Right.
The height of Marathon, I think it went up to this last bull run in stocks, this last 6 months, I think it went up to about $24 from $3.
Right.
It's a lot of somersaults. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
From $3. So right now, since Bitcoin has been down, it's back down to $10.
Jeez.
We feel like it's gonna come down a substantial, a lot more. So I'm gonna say this: when Marathon or Riot or Hut 8 or any of these Bitcoin related stocks get down or close to their lows, and all you got to do to look at the low, you see this right here where it say 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. The other one is 1 year. Hit that 1 year.
Right.
And you're going to see what the low is.
Right. That's right.
When they get close to that, buy y'all some of that Marathon Digital, Riot Blockchain, Hut 8. Buy y'all some of that.
guys heard
because when Bitcoin blow up, these is gonna blow up more.
You guys heard it right here. Shouts out to my boy Crypto Tales, Rockin'. Very easy hydroponics. Good to see you too, my brother. I know you had a message in here. You said, "What's up, Jay? Good to see you, buddy. It's been a minute since I had time to watch your show. Good to see you live. Thank you, my man. I appreciate you very much." Shouts out to Anthony Werner. Sly, Anthony Werner with the super chat. You know the only way we can do that is give him a little
shout out
dose.
Anthony Werner.
Yeah, baby. The only way we can do that is with a little dose of Tails. I thought I had it queued up. Let's make it happen. Tails, let them know how we feel.
If you're selling and I'm still all in. Hey. What do you do when your freedom is in illusion? How high will
Hey,
look, 4 years and it's still no cheers. If you're selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is in illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moon in? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got him choosing.
Shouts out to Anthony Werner, one of our greatest supporters. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you in a major way, guys. We got my man Sly Fox on the show live right now. Let me read some of the other comments. I had my Elberry this morning. What's that? Elberry. Who else is on here? Selling my comics. Yeah, so I know Shane Sullivan's serious, man. Good Lord.
Shout out to all the future millionaires in the chat.
Man, come on now. You already know, man. A whole lot of them up in here. A whole lot of
them. A whole lot of them.
Man, it's about to go down. Guys, you know what? Have you heard this song? And, you know, I don't know if you can get... I don't want to... Did you hear that song that song that dude made? What's his name? His name is Matt Ofalia or something like... No, that's not him. What's the name of the guy who sung that song? Oh, God. Did you hear that song that guy made? It's about a 3-minute song. For some reason, I know I'm going to get flagged for this song, guys. I know a lot of you guys... I can't think of this guy's name right now. But I'm going to play a song, and I'm probably going to get flagged, but I don't care. So this is about 3 minutes here, Sly. We're gonna play the song. It's a very heartfelt song. I don't know if you have a way to look at it on your phone. And then after that, I'm going to come back, and we're going to close out.
No doubt. Take me out for about 3 minutes.
Okay, let me beat you out. You're muted. You're muted. I can see you, but you're muted. Okay, let's play the song real quick. I wish I had the guy's name, though. What was that guy's name? Anybody got the name of this guy here? Anybody got his name before I play this music? Anybody? This is an incredible song. Anybody knows this guy's name? Let me see if I can find it on the internet before I play it. I feel bad playing the song and not knowing his name. Oh, Oliver Anthony. Is that it? Oliver Anthony? I think it's Oliver Anthony is this guy's name. Let's play the song, and I'm probably going to get hit with it, but it was all over social media. Very heartfelt song.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours.
Oh, what'd I just do? Hold on a second, guys. Sorry about that. It was blocking my my Crypto for Life. So okay, there we go. Now let's do it again. Let's do it again.
I've been selling my soul, working all day.
Yeah, it's country, but very idiotic. I want you. I like all music, but this guy went viral. And let me get a story real quick. He was dealing with substance abuse. He was dealing with just lost in life, depression, a bunch of stuff. And he recorded this song in his backyard, man, and it went viral. And now this guy's been on the news, has been covering him. He's been on talk shows. He's been doing concerts. He's got other stars that want to make. And it's crazy. He said and what it is that he had, prior to doing the song, I think a month before that, he had turned his life over to God and stuff like that. And this is again not about being spiritual. He was just lost. And he was just praying for something to change. He said in an interview, he said he was just asking God to change his life. And for many of us, we've done that with his financial, whatever else. He was just in a really dark place, really bad place. And he prayed about it. He changed his life around. He got signed to a major deal. Here's what's so crazy, Tales. This dude, when the song came out, because he was so humble and dedicated to what it is that he was trying to do. And Sly, I know you can appreciate this, Sly. This dude was offered $8 million, I think, for the rights of the song. Is that right, Tails? He was offered $8 million, and he turned it down. I can't remember what it was for. He turned it down, and this not a guy. He just a dude. I remember I saw him on the talk show, and he was like, they go, "What's your plans? What are you gonna do?" And he had a couple concerts that did. He says, "Honestly, man, I just want to go back to the woods, man, and just be thankful for what I got." And I'm like, just so humble. He killed the government. Oh yeah, he killed in that song. Yeah, he killed him in this right here. So the song went viral, and what's so crazy about it is one of the I was watching him on Joe Rogan, And Joe Rogan even covered it, and Joe Rogan showed the video. And he said what's so crazy about it, like Barry E.G. Hydrophonics was saying, who's saying this country, Sly, what's so crazy about this song, bro, is that there's every nationality you can think of in this video, and a couple of the brothers got emotional. There was white people, African American, Mexican, I mean, just all the different people, and it showed how one song, and the song was crying out of what the government is doing to us, how the rich man is playing us, how we're all just pawns. It's crazy, and I mean the song blessed so many people. Like now, this guy is his song.
I think I heard that.
Listen, his song on iTunes is #1 in the country right now. This song that he did in his backyard.
I think I heard that, bro.
The crazy thing about this song is it came from a place of dark. We just got to talk about this on the show. It came from a place of darkness. That same thing that I dealt with as a child is why I attribute all my success, all the stores, all the companies, all the money, all the being on the stage, telling my story, where people in the crowds would cry, Sly. I remember when I took Jeanette to one of my first events. So she went to a national event, and she saw a bunch of people. I think they were from Australia. They got around us. There was about 20-some odd people. They walked outside the convention. It was thousands of people there, like a group of people from Australia said, "Mr. McFadden, can you say a few words?" And I know a lot of people don't understand that because they see me with the hair and the earrings and this and that. But you remember that time where I was a suit and tie, clean cut, and I was sought after all over the world for speaking. And these people started crying, and my wife looked at me. And I think at that moment she knew, Jeanette's on here right now. She'll tell you, shouts out to my beautiful queen Jeanette. She sat there and she looked at me like half the people in that circle started crying. And my wife, just because of the words I said. So sometimes your pain and the dark times of your life can be a positive message and a positive influence on other people's lives, realizing that, yes, you can. You can do anything you want to do. And so that's what this song is to me. I'm going to go and play the song. You guys check it out. Here we go.
Hey, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away. Drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul.
I can rock with that.
These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end.
Okay.
Those are rich men, those are rich men.
Oh,
This is true.
tell 'em, buddy.
Some of us can't say what we absolutely know is true, and he's articulating it.
I wish politicians would look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me,
What?
people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is.
But it is.
Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, it ain't. And it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men north of Richmond. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
Damn.
GL.
And And guys, that's exactly why I say crypto is one of the greatest opportunities on earth. You know, obviously, a lot of you guys know there's no better way to end our stream than on that, and that is, it really sums up everything we've been talking about for so long. Financial slavery, Operation Choke Point 2.0, The Matrix. The song is all about the government and the powers that be keeping us down. That's why the attack is on crypto. It's not to save us. It's not to help us. It's not to try to, it's for a hidden agenda. It's to keep us enslaved. It's to keep us down. They want us to stay on welfare. They want us to have our kids stay on student loans. They want us to stay in the circle of life that's meant for us to suffer and struggle and for them to win. Guys, with all that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming on. I got my man here, Sly Fox Live. I appreciate you, Sly, for being on, my brother. Much love. I appreciate you very much for
No
coming
problem.
on, man.
Anytime, man.
We'll definitely have you on again, man. I appreciate you. Much love, man.
Much love. Peace, everybody.
Guys, that's my boy Sly Fox. I hope you guys enjoyed the song. I know I'm probably going to get flagged for it. It's all good. I don't give a damn, because you know what? What's a flag? It's just another way for the man to keep the truth out there. And right now, that was the truth. This is what we've been talking about since I started this show, and that is winning. That is having an opportunity to be great. And that's it. That is, once you recognize that, the sky's the limit. So shouts out to all you guys that are out there doing something positive in your life. Shouts out to all you guys that are have embraced crypto. I hope everything works out for you guys. Stay focused. Keep your emotions in check. God bless each and every one of you guys. We'll see you guys soon. It's your boy James, a.k.a. 68Jay. Till next time. Peace.